What's up, everybody? Rod J back again to take a look at another beer. Thanks for swinging by to check out another video. Tonight, I'm taking a look at one from Guinness. This is the West Indies Porter. So this is part of their Brewers project. Many of you have probably seen this out there in some of the variety packs. Don't think they actually sell this one in its own 6-pack, at least not that I have seen. But in America, it is actually in 11.2 ounce bottles, so it is smaller than what we're usually used to on the 12 ounce bottle. And I thought I'd go ahead and check this up. I picked up a 12-pack a while ago, which was a mixed pack, and I've got this one in there with the Dublin. And, of course, the regular draft version of Guinness is in there. But wanted to go ahead and take a look at this and kind of update you guys on what this one kind of tastes like. Not really too much on the label about the beer. It is at a 6% ABV. Again, there's the front of it right there with the label. And then on the back end is where it tells you what the Brewers project. So I'm not going to get too much into this, but I'll share the website here in a second. But let's go ahead and get it open and get it into a glass and see what this one has to offer. So looking at the initial pour, it actually poured pretty decently. Was able to easily get that head on there, about a 2 to 3 finger head. Nice dark color, obviously being a porter. Head is kind of a tan, beige looking head. A little bit of a creaminess to it. Nice feel of the malts in there, kind of picking up some vanilla, some toffee. Nice sweetness to the malts. Not really an overly strong aroma coming out. I am having to sniff a little hard to get that out of there, but you do get the sense of everything taking place. Feels like it'll have a nice, like, little sweetness to it as far as the taste. Do get a little bit of a slight bitterness in there. Has a little bit of that wet quality, not really as dry. Has a little bit of a taste from the malts in that it's kind of got like that bitter coffee type feel. Not really overly thin though, which I'm glad to see. Some of the things I struggle with on porter sometimes are them being too thin. Not overly thin in any regard. Get a nice little sting in the tongue there. Not overly carbonated. Pretty much a medium body beer. But honestly, it's getting off the tongue a little bit into the cheeks, but it's not doing a lot as far as the duration of the flavors. It kind of hits and then it kind of fades real quick in that regard, that you're not really getting much of a lasting effect or a lasting duration with it. Do pick up some nice lacing there as the head breaks down. You do get a slight scraping of the back of the throat as it goes down as well. So all in all, in that regard, it's kind of like an average type feel that I'm getting on this one. Nothing really jumping out to stand out. And I struggle with some of the other Guinnesses ever since I had the Foreign Extra Stout. I find other spots and other ones that just don't seem to hold up as well. The Antwerpen Stout is one I also like. And the Rye Pale Ale I like. But the other versions they're coming out with, they just haven't moved me as much. I was hoping this one would actually provide a little bit more to it, but it's not really giving me a lot with this beer. And the American operation they just set up in Baltimore is going to be trying to get into more beers to try to work with American palates and for people that might not like the traditional Guinnesses. But I feel like right now they may be throwing darts at the board. I'm going to go ahead and pull up their website here. We'll take a look at the beer there. So I already have it bookmarked. I just have to share it with you guys on my screen. And so here's the Guinness website. Again, there's their Rye Pale Ale. Go over here to our beers and see what they have here for the West Indies Porter. Scroll on down. There we go, right there. And so you look at what they come out with for the beer tasting notes: aroma, toffee, caramel, slight chocolatey notes. I would say that definitely does happen with this beer. Flavor, sweet, more chocolate than coffee. Not really getting that in that regard. I feel like you're getting more coffee than the actual chocolate in here. And it's not like it's saying holding it for a long duration. Smooth every finish with a medium sweet mouthfeel. Again, that's not something I actually pick up on this one. It doesn't really go down as smooth as a lot of the other beers out there that I've had. So in that regard, I feel like that might be not accurate. Appearance, Ruby Red with a frothy head, and then the hops they actually use here are the U.S. Goldings. And the head was frothy, as you saw, so definitely nice head. Does have nice lacing behind it, so pretty good in that regard. And then they provide a story about the West Indies Porter. So if you guys want to check this out, you can easily jump on the website, or you can pause the video here and be able to read some of this information. But again, you know, as these brewers do, they try to tell stories behind their beers, and this kind of gets down into it. But all in all, this one is kind of like not really moving me as much. I don't know what you guys think out there. If you guys have had this one, what your thoughts are on this one, let me know with the comments in the comments section. For me, it's an okay beer. Excuse me, carbonation kicking a little bit. But it's nothing really to write home about, nothing I would really want to chase down. I picked, like I said, I picked up 12 packs. I saw it and hadn't tried these ones. Hopefully the Dublin Porter is better than what this one is, but it's just your traditional type porter, nothing really more than a middle of a road beer for me. So as far as any type of personal rating that I'm going to probably place on this one, you know, if you ever see my ratings, you can check me out on Untapped as well under Rajay BeerVentures. For me, this is going to probably be just your, I think it's fair enough, but it's not something I would say is to that where I would put a good level. So I probably put it at 2.5, 2.5 out of 5. It's an average, decent beer. Doesn't really move the needle, though. So that's my thoughts on the Guinness West Indies Porter. If you've had this one before, let me know. Put some comments in the comment section. Love to hear your guys' feedback on this one as well. That all being said, I appreciate you swinging by to check out another video. I look forward to catching you next time. Keep drinking good craft beers, and cheers.